Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Son of a Gun Gourmet. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a great and easy to make barbecue sauce. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's start cooking. These are the ingredients we're working with for today's recipe. You could start by chopping up half an onion. You don't have to worry about the cut because it's all going to be blended afterwards. Next, peel 6 cloves of garlic. Some people will use onion and garlic powder rather than the vegetables themselves, but personally I prefer them fresh because they add more sweetness to the sauce. Now let's get all the spices together. Measure out 2 cups of brown sugar. Honey and molasses are also commonly used in barbecue sauce, but pure molasses can be a little overpowering, so I prefer to use golden brown sugar to get just a touch of that color and flavor. Add 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of chipotle powder, then 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you're really sensitive to spice, maybe only put an 1/8 teaspoon, but you definitely want at least a little in there. Mix the ingredients together in the bowl and break up any large pieces of brown sugar. Next, preheat a pot on medium heat. Once it's hot, add your oil. Then you can start sweating off your onions and garlic. Cook them down slowly until they just start to caramelize. This will bring out the natural sweetness in the onion so it doesn't have that sharp raw taste. Now that the onions are slightly browned, you could add your spices. We're going to keep stirring this and let it cook down until the brown sugar melts and starts to bubble. You might be wondering why my barbecue sauce recipe doesn't have any ketchup in it. The reason's similar to why I don't put any molasses. Store-bought ketchup has a very overwhelming flavor, and I've found when I've added it in the past that it made my barbecue sauce taste very generic. At this point, we're going to add 1 cup of malt vinegar. I prefer malt vinegar because it's really pungent and it'll give the sauce a nice tanginess. We'll let it reduce until our sauce starts to thicken. And once it reduces down, we'll throw in the rest of the ingredients. Now that it's at a sauce-like consistency, I'm going to add the small can of tomato paste. Immediately after that, I'm going to add 1 can of crushed tomatoes, followed by roughly 1/3 cup of Worcestershire sauce. And last but not least, 1 can of stout. Barbecue sauce has so many sweet and sour components to it that a good stout will really round out the flavor by adding a touch of bitterness to it. Thoroughly mix all the ingredients together with a wooden spoon, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, and let it come up to a simmer. You're going to want to let it simmer for about 20 minutes, stirring it occasionally to make sure that nothing sticks to the bottom. After 20 minutes is over, take it off the heat and let it cool down for about 5 minutes before pureeing. This barbecue sauce has a really nice neutral flavor, and that makes it ideal for a wide variety of dishes. You could use it while cooking pulled pork or ribs, or it works great as a condiment for hamburgers or steaks. Blend it on high for about 30 seconds to make sure that it comes out nice and smooth. And once it's done, I like to store it in a mason jar in the fridge and let it sit for a couple days before I use it to build flavor. Now you have a delicious homemade barbecue sauce to take your grilling to the next level. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on cooking.